Hi, we're here with Jason Weiss, one of our leading net backup gurus, to talk about VMware and actually Exchange on VMware and how net backup can protect that infrastructure.
That's
right?
correct. Yeah, absolutely. Right. So net backup has a deep integration with VMware, leveraging what's called the vStorage API for data protection, or VADP. So why is this important for you as a customer? Well, it's an increasing trend. We're seeing more and more customers virtualize applications inside VMware. So that's what we're going to talk about today. The fundamental component of net backup and the vStorage API for data protection integration allows us to map, leveraging our vRAID technology, map those VMDK files and the blocks that are associated with that. So we can do a single pass backup. We can back up the entire virtual machine. We can back up individual files and folders. Or in this case, since we're talking about Exchange, we can get down to the granular level, and we'll talk about some of the Exchange objects. So here we have our vCenter environment. We have our ESX servers, our Linux, Windows, and Exchange virtual machines. This is just a representation. On the right-hand side is our net backup infrastructure, master server, media server. And we've got a disk dedupe device that could be the net backup appliance, could be a third-party device. We have some tape as well. So the first thing that happens is the net backup master server communicates to the vCenter and or the ESX server. So we provide the credentials to log in and populate and discover the virtual machine environment. When we're talking about protection and Exchange inside VMware, there's a net backup agent that gets installed, and as part of that agent, there's a VSS writer for vSphere. That ensures that the application quiescing or application consistency, in this case Exchange, that application is protected. We'll talk about what's called application GRT, or granular restore technology. In the case of Exchange, we do support database availability groups, or DAGs, and that's pretty important because more and more customers, as they upgrade to the latest versions of Exchange, that's a very important component that they make sure are protected. So we define a net backup policy type of VMware. There's a checkbox to enable Exchange protection. You check that box, and you have the option, since we're talking about Exchange, whether or not to truncate the transaction logs, because that's important when it comes to ensuring that the Exchange databases are protected. So backing up Exchange, we can do typical use cases for this would be application testing. Maybe you want to test recoverability of Exchange, patching, upgrade process. So if you want to test upgrading Exchange from version maybe 2010 to 2013, or maybe 2007 to 2013, it's a great way to do that. Since we're doing a single pass backup here, we have the options, as I mentioned before, of restoring the entire virtual machine to the original or alternate location. You can do single files or folders and redirect those to either the original location or an alternate location. And then what I mentioned before is we have that technology called GRT, or granular restore technology. So single pass backup, the net backup catalogs that information. So we know in the case that the GRT backups get written to disk or dedupe appliance, then we could leverage our SLP engine and storage lifecycle policies. We can move that off the disk or dedupe device, off the tape, or off to another device. So from a recoverability perspective, we can restore the entire virtual machine. We can restore individual files and folders. Or because we have Exchange GRT protection, we can get down to the granular objects, such as the mailbox, such as individual mail messages, contacts, calendars, individual Exchange objects. So very, very single pass backup, a variety of restore options when it comes to Exchange.
So a lot of stuff there, Jason. Great information. Integrating with VMware to backup Exchange, VSS integration, fully quiesced database backup, lots of restore features. Very powerful stuff. That was great.
Yes, definitely.
All right. Thank you very much.